The office, Charlie gets killed, and the final frag.
Oh, brilliant game.
Through, that's the kill, you can see them.
Hey guys, and welcome back to TangoLive podcast, week number 3. I'm joined here by OrangePulse. If you want to say hello.
Hey guys.
This week we'll be talking a little bit about the Jus Break server update in our jailbreak server. We'll talk about a couple movies that we recommend. I'm going to go in detail about H1Z1 since I have since purchased the game. OrangePulse, what game are you going to talk about?
I'm going to be talking about Running with Rifles. It came out a little while ago, but I just heard about it now, and it's fucking amazing. So you guys definitely have to check it out. I'm also going to be talking about 2 animes that I either just rewatched or finished a little bit ago. You guys should definitely check those out as well. They're really, really awesome. So without further ado, I think we should get this rolling.
All right, guys. We're going to talk about it's called Jus Break, which is a themed version of our previous jailbreak server. So, to update you, it's not a new server, it's just re-themed. I talked in the first week with Sean about what jailbreak was. Well, this is a little different, same concept. It's called Jus Break, and what that is, it's a World War II theme, Nazi versus Jewish people. Very controversial in this community alone, not counting the public.
Well, I counted, everything else. I'm just gonna go out there. I haven't played on this server. I don't know if it's actually up for playing yet.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't actually played on this server, but I have been following in the forums with it a little bit and reading up on it. A lot of people are having issues with it because it is Jewish people breaking out of, concentration camps, and you have people dressed up as Hitler or Nazi soldiers, whatever the case may be, and a lot of people are finding it to be racist, anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic is the proper term for this, too. Racism, Jewish people as in... that's sort of a religious term.
It is.
It's not a race. It's a religion. So it's anti-Semitic, which is a proper term for it, but it's not racist. If you're going to say something about it, use the proper term. I think it was Ben or somebody. It was a grammar Nazi who would definitely jump on this as well. But yeah, it's just anti-Semitic, not racist. So please use a proper term if you're going to go into this. The other thing about it that I've been finding is that, I understand with it being this type of a server that there's going to be, a lot of people aren't going to be happy about this. They're not going to be happy about, Jews being attacked by Nazis or ordered around by them, But at the same point, it's something nobody's ever done, which is pretty cool. The main thing that I think is the issue that a lot of people are having issues with is the remarks that some people will use because they're in a position where they're dressed up as Nazis, and they will use that and try and be in character, and they'll use an anti-Semitic slur or something of that sort, which is... I don't want to say it's appropriate because it's really just not appropriate in any sense of the word, but with it being that theme, I can see why people do it. But at the same time, it's not something that you should do. It's not something that I don't know about you guys if you have a say yes or no on it. But I personally wouldn't condone that sort of a thing, and I wouldn't be okay with being in it. If you're being in character and you're doing it for if you're doing it for a stream or for a video, you're trying to be funny about it, then yeah. But if you're serious about it, I know some people probably will be because, people on the internet are assholes. But, as long as you've got a username to hide your face with, you can do pretty much anything you want.
Basically, it's never okay to be truly anti-Semitic. That's
Yeah.
that's a given.
It's a given, yeah. With racism, anti-Semitism, anything like that, it's never be okay to be fully into it.
Now, you can be tastefully anti-Semitic, but
Yeah.
what that means is you make jokes. It's fine
Yeah.
to make jokes and stuff, but don't take it overboard.
I mean, I know probably everybody in Tango that will be watching this knows a couple Jewish jokes. They know a couple Holocaust jokes, something like that. Like that's all in good fun, though.
Right.
You know,
So
saying like getting there, you fucking Jewish bastard, or throwing around, I don't know, like an actual anti-Semitic slur
Right.
off the top of my head, but like I'm pretty sure people know them, and if people are using them in an offensive way to be offensive and not to be funny, like if you're saying like I'm gonna treat you like a pizza and put you in the oven, trying to be, you know, joking about it, that could be funny. You know, you could have
Right.
some people find fun in that, but then at the same point, if you're saying, you know, as I said earlier, you know, like if you're trying to be offensive about it, it's not okay.
Yeah, let's keep it classy. If you're gonna
Yeah.
go on that server, keep it
Yeah,
classy.
keep it classy, and I'll let you give your thoughts on it.
I mean,
appropriately.
yeah, I agree completely. Just I think it's funny. It's a good idea. It sets us apart from everybody else. It's life. People are going to take offense to every single thing that happens,
Oh, yeah.
regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
So you can't please everybody. What it does, it benefits us by it's setting us apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a little update. I mean, details on what's been added. New CT skins. So what that means is like the warden is, I believe, Hitler, and then the guards are more like Nazi soldiers, like Wolfenstein type soldiers.
Okay.
The terrorist side has been updated with their a skin for them. It's not like actual Holocaust concentration camp skins, but different than what it was. New message of the day, so giving different rules and whatnot, and coming out with new themed maps. And there was actually a new map made specifically for this that was coming out soon, I believe.
Oh, nice.
But other than that, not much has changed. It's just a new theme, guys. So
Yeah,
it'll be okay.
Yeah, we're not, as a community, we're not trying to make offense or poke, you know, at a certain group. I'm pretty sure, if anything, it's meant to be different and meant to be fun. It's supposed to, as Eric said, it's supposed to set us apart from other groups. We're trying to have our own deal and be different. We're not trying to be assholes and you know, like, say like I fucking hate Jews, you know. We're not saying that as a community. We're saying, you know, hey, look at this, we're doing something different.
Right.
We're trying to be original, and this could be pretty cool. You know, if you
Right.
like I personally love World War II themed stuff, so I'm probably gonna, if I want to play Jailbreak, I'm probably gonna play this because it's a World War II themed thing, and it looks really, really cool in idea. I've never actually played on the server myself yet, but when I do, you know, this is probably one of the first things I'm gonna go for because, you know, I really like the idea of this.
Right.
And it just if you're unsure about it and you've been reading up on it and you're concerned about like all the different sides, go into it with a mindset of, you know, think of it as it's World War II and it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be mean or offensive or anything like
Right.
that. We're trying to have fun.
And special thanks to Mr. X for the original Jus Break idea. IU Designs for coming up with a new logo for Jus Break. And also our very own The One Spec for coordinating and designing the new game mode. That's from Balanced Post. You can see it on the forums if you'd like to read that specifically and everything that's involved in it. So yeah, if you guys get a chance, enjoy Jailbreak. You're probably going to enjoy this, as long as you're not too sensitive.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll move on. I'll let OrangePulse go. We'll do movie reviews.
Okay.
So I'll let you take that over. You'll do yours, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, mine is a recent movie. I don't know how many of you saw it in the theaters. I believe it should be coming out on DVD not too many months. But I watched the movie Interstellar a little while ago in the theaters. I loved it. It's got an 8.8 stars from users on IMDb. It's got a Metascore of 74 out of 100. I personally really like the movie myself. I am probably going to end up buying it when it comes out on DVD, and I don't usually do that a lot. Interstellar, if you've never seen the movie, if you heard of it but don't really know what it's about, it's set in an Earth where everything is the Earth is dying, essentially. There's a lot of overpopulation. They're not looking to make new technologies anymore. They're more looking for farmers and people to be able to make food, because food is the most needed resource because of the overpopulation. Now, the other problem is that there's a condition to crops called blight, where crops will just start to wither and die. They won't be able to actually grow, and that's an actual farming concern. But it happens to certain crops, and once the blight happens, they can't be grown anymore in this world. So the only thing they've really been able to sustain and grow is wheat and corn, and by the end of the intro to this movie, the blight is hit, and pretty much everything is just gone. Once blight hits, they have to burn the crops, or else the blight will spread to the other crops. With that in mind, a group of scientists have been trying to essentially find another world that people can go to keep the human race alive, because Earth doesn't have much time left. The Earth is going to die. There's no way that Earth can sustain the life that it has. So they're trying to find another world, and they found a wormhole near Saturn where it will take them into another galaxy. That's how the movie sets up, and then it follows the main character, who is played by, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, Matthew McConaughey. That's who it is.
How do you forget McConaughey?
I don't know. I forgot Matthew McConaughey. I somehow did that. But the main character is played by Matthew McConaughey. He goes on a team with Anne Hathaway and two other people who I am forgetting the name of. And also they have a robot helper.
Always gotta love robots.
Yeah, they help out. He's pretty cool. He's apparently it is set in the future, like quite far into the future, to the point where they didn't use soldiers anymore. The robot helper that they have was a Marine. They were made as soldiers and programmed to be soldiers, and it's a very, very interesting concept. I really, really liked the movie. You guys should definitely check it out, whether when it comes on DVD or if it comes out on Netflix, which I'm sure it will. Just whenever you get the chance, just at least watch it. You don't have to buy it, but check it out. It's a very good movie.
I've heard nothing but good things.
So what's your movie, Eric?
My movie is Wristcutters, A Love Story, which I'm a huge fan. Being a TV film production major, I'm a sucker for indie films, and this is about as indie as it gets. Only a $1 million budget, so and done really well. I just like the style of it. It's a film set in a strange afterlife way station that has been reserved for people who have committed suicide. The lead is Patrick Fugit. He plays Zia. Basically, it's a guy that gets down on his luck with a former lover, kills himself, goes to this crazy afterlife. Shannon Sossaman, who is somebody you guys have never heard of, is also in it. And also Shea Wigham, he's in it as well. Probably another guy you guys have never heard of. You guys are welcome to check out all those IMDb pages to see what they've been in. See if you notice who they are. A couple cameos, cool cameos in this indie film. Tom Waits is in it. Will Arnett's in it. Nick Offerman has a quick role in it as well. And basically, it's Zia, which is Patrick Fugit. He kills himself, goes to this afterlife, and it's just populated with everybody in the world that's killed themselves. And he meets a guy, and they decide to road trip to. I don't even think they have a specific destination.
Road trip in the afterlife. I like that.
Yeah. Zia learns that his girlfriend that he originally killed himself over killed herself.
Oh.
So he sets out to find her with Eugene, who's played by Shea Wickham. They meet a hitchhiker, which is played by Shannon Sossaman, and basically it's just a tale of those three hitchhiking looking for Zia's former lover. And I can't say much more than that without completely spoiling it and just giving you guys an entire idea of the film itself.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend checking it out. It's funny, it's sad, hits all emotions. It's a really good indie flick, and I definitely recommend it.
Now, you said it had a $1 million budget?
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know film parlance, that is not a lot.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an estimate here. Interstellar, which was probably my favorite movie from 2014. What was the budget on that? The budget was $165 million, and that's pretty low.
Right.
Like I've seen, I think Superman Returns, which wasn't a very good movie in my opinion. Like it was good, but it wasn't that great. It's better than Man of Steel. I'm gonna put that out there now. All of you that want to call me out on that, you can feel free. But Superman Returns had a $200 million budget, I think. Like $206 million. Like $1 million for a movie budget, that's not a lot at all. And I apologize, I'm refilling my thing. So just give me a second.
A lot of people don't realize what goes into making a film. They think it's just cameras, and that's pretty much it. You got to factor in, first of all, employees. That goes into the paying the actors, paying the people that help make the film. You got cameras, you got lighting, you got camera assistants, you got locations that you have to pay for to get access to.
You got to pay for audio, setting up all. Okay, you got stage mics. You got body microphones, you've got boom microphones, you've got camera microphones, you've got hidden microphones in the background, you've got microphones for the directors. Sometimes, it's not always happens, but sometimes the directors have microphones and the actors have in-ear pieces, so that way they can hear either their lines or hear directions from the director while they're on a set. A lot of stuff goes into this, and by lighting we don't mean like light bulbs. We mean like like there are about like $3,000 professional light stands.
Oh yeah.
Then that's just the stand. That's not even the light itself. You've got to use funky things. Funky things that look like umbrellas that shine the light in different directions. Like, it's a lot.
Going with the cameras don't shoot in low light. Yeah, you can, but if you just go by ISO and stuff I know we're getting sidetracked, I apologize, but if you just go on ISO of a camera and stuff like that, it's going to look grainy in post. So what you have to do is you have to light it.
Think about the webcams right now, for example. Okay, the webcams, I don't know about yours. Mine is supposed to shoot at 720p.
So mine does.
Yeah. Both of our cameras shoot at 720p. That's HD quality. We have crappy lighting. I'm using a light that's in my closet right next to me. I don't have doors in my closet. Yeah, that's too bright. I don't have doors in my closet. I just have a light that's being blocked by a bag that is bouncing off the walls and giving me just enough light, and then the light from the projector over there, which is extremely bright. Right. But there's nothing I can.
That's too much fill light right there.
Yeah, that's too much. Like you have to have.
You
the type of lighting that is required to not have a film be grainy is enough light to kill shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Like there can be no shadows.
You got your 3 basic lights, and that's your fill light, your key light, and your background light. So if something is professionally lit, you're looking at least 3 different lights.
And that's about $2,000 a piece.
But yeah, bringing it back somewhat, $1 million budget is not a lot considering all the stuff that goes in to make a film.
Yeah, so that's essentially what we were trying to say there.
Right.
And then you've got to worry about paying, as he said, paying people. You got to pay the editors. The editors have to have the right equipment. You got to pay for music used. If it's not royalty free, you got to get the rights to the music. You got to pay royalties on that. Like a whole bunch of stuff. Like the song "Happy Birthday." That's a copyrighted song. You have to pay royalties to use that song.
You guys wonder why you never hear it in stuff. It's because nobody wants to pay the royalties to sing
unless it's a
song.
big budget movie and a little boy's birthday is the central focal point of the movie, like Bruce Almighty, for example. Mm-hmm. Or was it Evan Almighty or Bruce Almighty was the first one?
Bruce Almighty was the first one.
Yeah. In Bruce Almighty, when his little kid has a birthday party, if I'm thinking of the right movie, I might be thinking of Liar Liar. Jim Carrey was in both.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was Liar Liar instead. But anyways, like, unless it's a big budget movie and there's like little kids involved and their birthday is supposed to be, something important to the main character or something like that, unless there's that sort of a situation, you're not going to hear Happy Birthday because people have to pay royalties to use it. It's just, that's how it goes in the film industry, and it sucks, but you got to deal with what you got to deal with.
Yep. All right, that wraps up our movie review. So,
and we went a little long on that. I apologize, but
it happens.
Yeah.
So go see Interstellar, which is a big budget film, but still a good movie.
Quite a big budget film, but it's a very good movie. Yes.
And go see Wristcutters, a love story, which is an indie film and has less of a budget. So you can see 2 different sides of a spectrum there. You got your huge budget and your not so huge budget.
Go
ahead.
I will say that if anybody wants a recommendation for a movie that either just came out or is coming out that they should check out, I have not seen any of these movies, but as we said, American Sniper, Selma, definitely things to check out. I'm interested in Project Almanac. I've been seeing commercials for that, and that's pretty cool. But I have not seen it. The Metacritic score is really low, so you just keep an eye out for movies coming out. We'll talk about them if you request. As I posted on the forums, I don't know if anybody actually saw it. A couple people did. Please give us suggestions on video games, movies, even my corner with anime, something like that. If you have something you want us to talk about, you want us to review, give us a suggestion, because giving us suggestions is the best way to keep this alive and have us have interesting content for you guys.
Very, very true. All right, we're going to move into video games now. And instead of talking about 2 video games that we've never played, we're going to each talk about a video game that we have played, so we can actually give a true recommendation. So I'll let you start.
Alrighty. So game I recently played was Running with Rifles. This game is freaking awesome. Alright, where do I start with this game? Alright, it kind of looks like Toy Soldiers. It's not, but when it's a top-down open world game, and it's got sort of that like toy-ish feel to it. You run around as a single soldier, and you run around and you fight in a battlefield against multiple other soldiers. Everybody dies really easy, just like in real life. Like 2 bullet hits and you're dead. That's how it's gonna go. You respawn with a rifle, and you run around with your rifle. That's about how the game goes. It's got some RPG elements to it. You can upgrade your class, get different weapons. You as you level up, you can get things like in the short time that I played the demo for it, I leveled up and I got a rocket launcher to help take out tanks and stuff. But like, there are tanks you can get in. There are Urals or army transports that you can get in. There are jeeps you can get in and drive around. Generally, they're set up around somewhat like World War II characters or World War II armies. The ones that I fought as were the Brown Pants, I think they were called. I fought against them, and they're set after Russians. And I played as the Green guys. I can't remember the actual name of the team, but they're set up after Americans. The maps are pretty large. As I said, it was an open world game. The maps are pretty large. You essentially, whether you have to cross water or whatever, you're starting off on one half of the map. The other team is starting off on the other half of the map, and you end up meeting in the middle of the map or wherever you meet, and you clash. And as you clash, you try and fight over districts to try and take control of each area. And if you push back the other side, I think that's how you win. I didn't actually play long enough to win a match. The matches do go on for a very long time. As you run around as your character, you can either pick up new weapons from the opposite team or from your team, and you can also, just running around, a squad will assemble around you out of about 5 people maximum. And you go around, and as you crouch, as you crawl, as you hide, they will do that with you. And then you have to fight off against other people. As the battle goes on, the field will get battle-scarred and bloodied from people dying. You'll actually see blood splotches and explosion marks on the ground from where grenades or other things have gone off. It's an incredibly fun game. I really I really enjoyed playing it myself. Things that I didn't like about it, just a couple. It's not really anything major. If you pick up a weapon from your team, not the opposing team, but from your team, like I accidentally picked up the heavy rifle, when you die, you will respawn with that weapon until you find another weapon from your team and you pick it up. I died with the heavy rifle, and I would come back with the heavy rifle. The problem with the heavy rifle is that when you use it, you have to lay down to shoot, and it will force your character to lay down before you can shoot. So there is a amount of time that you have to wait before you can actually start shooting your rifle. Otherwise, though, if you got an M16 or the basic rifle of whatever team you're playing as, you will be able to run around and fight with that rifle just like normal, like anything else. There are sniper rifles you can use.